Hello students, this is Miss Diane, and today I'm going to demonstrate the Cosmetology State Board Haircut. Alright, so they just read the instructions. I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my hands. I have sectioned for convenience of this video, but normally you would go ahead and examine the scalp, then you would section in 4 and drop your perimeter guide. I believe this is the best way, so that way you have a guide and you don't get lost in your haircut. Okay, so I went ahead and wetted a little bit, and now I'm going to cut at least an inch of hair off, right? So I'm going to start in the back area. I'm going to be turning my mannequin around back and forth. Yes, I know that you would sanitize your hands after each time you touch the stand. At State Board though, you are not going to be moving the mannequin as much as I am. You are going to be moving around the mannequin and cutting. Alright, but I'm going to be moving it so that you can see, and I'm not going to waste the time sanitizing my hands each time, but you know that each time that you touched it, you would sanitize your hands. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut more than the inch. She's quite long right now, so I'm going to be cutting more, but you would cut at least 1 inch of hair on the entire haircut. Okay, so I'm taking a guide from the middle. I'm going to be doing a round perimeter here. That's the easiest one for right now to do for this examination, right? So I'm meeting my guide. Okay. There we go. So I have my perimeter guide. I'm going to just check to make sure that it's even, because this is going to be the guide for the rest of my haircut. And she is a little bit off there. Okay, on a straight. Let me check my guide. Take your time right now to make sure you have this guide even, right? It's even, it's where you want it, because the rest of the haircut's going to follow this guide. Okay. This mannequin does not have a lot of hair, so I'm going to be able to get away with taking more than a ½ inch of hair out. Okay, so as long as you can control that section, you're okay with taking more hair. So I'm making nice clean partings here. All right, I'm going to leave the 2 front. I'll come back to them. Okay. Move my client this way so you can see. Okay, I'm going to take a vertical section now. Make sure your section's nice and clean. Take that time to show your examiner you know exactly what you're doing. I'm going to hold it down here. We like to say this is a 45, but actually in the nape area it is a 90, right? Uniform layers. I'm going to take a piece that travels with me and my next section. Okay, I'm following what I previously cut. Okay, I'm going to go around and follow my guide. Coming through here. See, you can see your guide right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Now I'm going to go to the next side, taking nice clean sections and follow it. Nice clean sections. I am cutting quite a bit of hair off. You might not be cutting so much, but as long as you cut at least that inch, you're going to be okay. Okay, I'm coming around here. All right. So remember, I had it lower elevation, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this part here at the 90. I cut this part at a 90 down here at the nape. Now I got to come here and do the top section. All right, so I'm pointing straight out, and I'm going to cut that top section. I'm going to take a piece of that and cut it straight. That's because I took a thicker subsection. If you don't, then you won't have that problem, but I really had like 2 sections in one, so I had to do the lower one and then up here at the crown a little bit more. Okay, straight out. So I'm just basically taking that little point off. I'm going to come over here to the other side and do exactly the same thing. Let's see where that hair is there. There we go. Taking a section with me. Traveling guide and stationary guide, right? We do this haircut every day in the salon area, right? Or on the clinic floor. We did this layered haircut. So it's the same thing that you do every day. Okay. Cut that off. Check your haircut. I'm going to go the opposite way that I cut, and I'm going to check and make sure that it's all even. Okay, so now I'm ready for my next section, and I'm going to do this in 2 more sections. That's it. She doesn't have that much hair. Okay, I'm not going to need this one clip, so I can get rid of it. Okay, so have a system, a way about going and doing this haircut so that you don't get lost. Practice it when you're doing your clients on the clinic floor. Practice it the way you're going to do it at State Board. Look, it's right there is my guide. I'm going to cut it 90 degrees. Take another section, bring it up. Look, my guide is right there, and there's my other guide, my traveling guide. It's right there, right with you. If you can't see it, then you need to go back and take less hair so that it's visible. Okay, see, it's right there. Just follow it. Okay, just gonna follow that. Whoops. Let me get that piece. There we go. I'm coming back to the other side. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Look, you can see right there is my guide. If you take a thin enough piece, you can see it right there, and that's what you want to do. Okay. If you practice this when you're doing your clients, you're going to be really efficient on it when you do it State Board. There you go. Now one more section. What was that for? Different sectioning there. Okay. My last one, right down the middle here. And there it is. Straight down. Now I'm going to go ahead and do little pie sections on the top here, right? And you can see the guide. Hopefully it's coming through there and you can see that right where I have to cut it. Right there. Okay, another little pie radial motion section there. cut that right off. Come here. Take that off. And my last piece in the back. Right there. Okay, now I need to come and do the other side. And you see I'm cutting over my fingers. Right here, so it's the same motion. I'm not going to miss anything. I'm coming down here all the way through. Over my fingers. Just like that. Okay. I think I'm going to do this last thing here in 2 sections, just so it's thin enough that you can see. There's no guesswork. You don't want to recut a section blindly, right? And then you're just going to create a whole nother haircut and you're going to have to go back, and then that's when you're going to start panicking. Don't do that. Follow your guide. Okay, I'm just going to go back and see. Everything matches up. Yes, it does. Okay, we got beautiful layers there. Okay, now I'm going to do the front. Put it over here so you can see. This I'm probably going to take in 2 sections. Again, the hair is very thin. Okay, meter there. And let me get the section over here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get a section from the back, section from the front. I'm going to do a lower elevation to start off with. Now I have a guide. I'm going to follow that guide. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to elevate it to my 90. There we go. I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Let me move my client over a little bit. Taking some of what I previously cut in the back. I'm going to do the lower elevation. Okay, let me turn it so we can see this way. Let's go all the way around here. Okay. Right here, lower elevation. To the front. There. I'm going to start in the front and I'm going to go to my 90, taking off that little point. I did this in 3 sections, so I'm going to go back, do it in 3 sections here. You will do this faster because you won't be talking. Now I believe that I can take the other 2 down. And she doesn't have that much hair. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can adjust her up. Let me get the section here. I can see my guide right there. There we go. At this point, I may want to do a mohawk section down the middle. I could do that too. Get a little piece of hair here, a little slice, connect it with the back hair that I have here. Let me show you a side view of this right here. See, I'm going to connect it right there. This part in the front, you have an option of just bringing it straight up. I'm going to choose to do that because I'm going to do some razor technique on it in the front. Okay. The hair is getting a little dry, so a little water on there. Okay, let me get my next section. Let's put that right there. All right. Okay. Right to my guide in the middle. Another piece. There we go, and I'm just connecting the two dots there. Okay, let me show you again. I'll bring more hair up so you can see. I'm connecting this hair here that I picked up from the side to my mohawk guide that I created in the middle there. Okay, I'm going to turn it all the way around. We're going to get a back view here. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, we have the guide there. Let me get a piece of my mohawk section. Let's see here, right there. Cut here, and then connect the dots. There we go. Section here on the side. And cut that little bit there, and then I'm going to find that mohawk section and I'm going to connect the two. Okay, got one more section here, finding my guide and that mohawk section in the middle. Make sure I get this even. Checking the front. There we go. So my layered, uniform layered haircut is done. I'm just going to go back and check it. Clean up any little pieces that may not blend. All right, and I'm also going to do at this time what the examiner is going to do, right? So I'm going to check my middle section here, make sure that it all blends all the way down. Right here, I'm going to make sure it blends, right? All the middle. Okay, and the side here. This is the side. I'm going to check right here on the side. Make sure that we are blended from ear to ear. Okay, before I do the razor technique, I want to make sure if there's any corrections I did, then let me go back and see. Since I did have to take a little bit off this side, I'm going to go back and see if there's anything else I need to clean up at this time. Okay. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Okay, so now I'm done with this comb. I'm done with my shears. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into the items to be disinfected. I'm going to get my razor out now. New comb. Okay, and I'm going to look at my hair. I'm palming my razor. It's palming towards me. Okay, the inside away from the hair. And I'm going to choose to layer and give a little face framing right here, let's say right where the lips are. That's going to be my reference point. Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, reference point right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and razor it right there. I'm gonna go to the other side. Section it off for control. I'm gonna go right there to the mouth, the lip, and I'm going to do the same thing. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let me look at the whole thing. Okay, there's a little white line over here. Let me go back. Okay, there. So I want to show them that I do know how to use this razor, so that's not going to be enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and get another section right there. By the lip is my guide. So I'm going to go through that, take a couple sections out, be careful, make sure I do it the same. Remember, the examiner's watching. This is a test. They're watching you. Okay, right there. The lip, a little more. They're watching your palm. They want you to use a guide and the razor safely. Okay, that looks really good. Maybe I'll do another one here just for good measure. Where's the lips? Right there. Okay, that's alcohol in there. Let me come back over here. I left off right here. So right there where the lips are. There we go. Okay. I believe I'm done with my razor and this comb. So I'm going to go ahead, item 3 disinfected. She's ready. So I'm going to go ahead, disinfect my hands, step back. I'm going to wait for the examiner to come by. They're going to say, can you please hand me your comb? I have another comb right here. I'm going to hand it to them. They're going to check it, the mohawk section, from side to side. Okay, and then they're going to give the comb, they're going to hand the comb back to me. I'm going to take the comb, put it in my M3 disinfected, and we're done.